Hello, good evening and welcome back. I'm Ursa and this is the 7th and last heat of my inaugural semi-regular, very chaotic, AI-only, 6-armed Snowflake. I need to come up with a catchier title than that, but here we go, it's the last of 7 heats, so we've got the last 5 competitors here. Robert the Bruce. I've been looking forward to seeing Scotland play. I must say, I want to see a couple of golf courses. That's, for me, the game is made by golf courses. We've got Philip II of Spain, we've got Quincy, or Quincy as I'll call him, sorry, for China, we've got Harold for Norway, and we've got Wilhelmina for the Netherlands. So, let's jump straight in. And here we go, we've got Alexander on the right this time, Wilhelmina in the Netherlands, top right. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Netherlands. I want to see polders absolutely everywhere on this map. China, top left, watch out for lots of early game wonders. We've got Scotland on the far left. Again, golf courses just everywhere, please. That would be great for me. We've got Spain in the bottom left, and we have got Norway in the bottom right. Now, Norway, for me, are always an underwhelming civ. They just never seem to sort of set the world alight. Spain, I think, was first to settle the second city, followed shortly by Scotland there. That's a good start. Actually, Dutchland and China sort of followed close suit, actually. You know what, actually, if the Dutch and China have done exactly the same as each other, I think they might... No. The Dutch have settled one tile further up than China have. Okay, fair enough. It's always worth checking these things out, but keep an eye on the extra settler. So Spain actually seems to be just faffing around with its settler, whereas Norway hasn't settled its second city yet, which is a little bit concerning. That, come on. Oh no, walking back. Clearly don't like. Oh god, you see, this is the thing. Norway, just as a AI, never seems to quite work. China way out in front by putting its third city down like super quickly though. Impressed with the rollout speed there. Amsterdam, or the Netherlands I should say, I was kind of hoping for a little bit of a quicker settle. It'll be interesting to see where these guys settle, because actually a lot of these places have like polder capacity. Oh no, only a couple do actually. There's crabs. What have you got to have? 3 tiles around you to build a polder in, not 2. There's the third city anyway. I forget how it works. I've never played as the Netherlands actually. They always seem to be a little bit underwhelming on paper. Norway are one of those few civs that actually are supposedly good at focusing on building boats. I'm really hoping Norway will be able to exceed all of our expectations and go after all the city-states. I mean, even if Norway only put 4 or 5 cities down here, but they took all these 3 city-states, for instance, I'd be one happy camper, you know? Everybody finding the centre already. Look at these scouts. China have built a ton of scouts. That seems like an excessive amount of scouts. 1, 2, 3 that I can see at least. Oh, but the 4th city for China coming already. Wow, China are really far ahead on the old settling game here. Norway does get its 3rd city down, and actually quite close to the middle, like the middle of the map there. That's impressive. I like to see a bit of ambition from Norway, and as we've said before, the first person who gets onto this middle, like, strand here tends to do really well. It's the second wave of people that really struggle with loyalty. So we'll see if that's true again. Spain, why is your settler still down there? Oh, Spain really slow on the uptake. Scotland getting its 4th down. Oh, China didn't go all the way down. Okay, so still nobody's on this middle strand, but China first with 4 cities, followed shortly by the Netherlands. Scotland both had their 4th settlers going. I don't think Norway's got that close. No, I lie. Norway's 4th settler is on its way as well. Look at the Netherlands. That is a lot of warriors there. Escorting. That is an escort for a city. I mean, if you're going to push a city all the way down into the middle of the map, that is one way of doing it, you know? Incredible. That's really cool. Scotland as well, a bit of an escort to bring its settler in, and Spain. Spain's 3rd city, it looks like they're going to really charge in rather than putting it near their other one, so they're making up for the fact that they were really slow on settling by pushing that settle in. We shall see if that was a good idea. Oslo being settled on its strand as well, so Norway didn't choose to push right in there. So it's really the Netherlands or Spain is going to be the first to get here, followed shortly by Scotland, I reckon. Although the Netherlands, they seem to just be messing about with that settler at the moment. It doesn't seem to be coming forward at the speed I'd expect it to. Some point as well, China put a 5th city down. I completely missed that, but good on you, China. And Scotland as well chooses to settle Edinburgh, not in the middle, but on this spoke here. None of the civs seem to be particularly keen to go in. Look, do you see Spain just pulled it back one? nobody seems to be ultra keen to go towards that. I mean, Scotland, you're right next to Mount Kilimanjaro there. I would have run up Mount Kilimanjaro. That's my favourite wonder. The amount of growth you can get from that thing is outstanding. And it looks like the Netherlands are really going to push down. That's interesting. Here we go, Netherlands is settled Rotterdam. First city on the middle of the island. So I predict good things from the Netherlands in this game thus far. It's going to be interesting to see in the long run if they keep hold of that city, but generally that earlier settle on the central island can only be good for your civ. Scotland as well, settling their 5th city, Haddington, or whatever Scottish accent you want to put on that. I'm not going to try. I would butcher it entirely. But again, the 5th city not being pushed into the centre, being consolidated there, that's an interesting one for Scotland, that. We'll see if that pays off, because here we go. Here comes China. 6th city, this one for China, remember. So this is quite a big deal. If they settle this, I'd go a couple of tiles down. That hill is a pretty good hill for this sort of intents and purposes, because you can get right on that 4 food 1 production tile that is right next to Mount Kilimanjaro there. Valencia being settled. So Spain only with 3 cities, but one of them is in the centre of the map, so that means they're going to get good access to luxuries. And here's China's city. So Scotland have they left it too late? I'm just looking at the tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so all of this area is completely settle banned now because of the proximity of all of these cities. In fact, if one more city goes like here, then it's only going to be the centre of the map that's going to be allowed. So Scotland have got to push through and settle the middle of the map if they want to go anywhere. In fact, that oil tile, no, that's too close to the Netherlands. So yeah, the settling here means that there's only 1 space left. And if Norway come and bring a settler up, which they don't look like they're doing, but they are building their Viking longship, so whatever they're doing. So it looks like over here is going to be the last place to settle, but Edinburgh, we're not going to be able to do that, because you're not going to retain it. Scotland might have to go on the warpath there. Interestingly, the Netherlands, lots of settlers. You can see a settler down here, a settler up here. So Netherlands are really pushing out on the old settling, but they are going for Alexandra's continent. Actually, no, I say that they're going to push the settler all the way there and then bring them back in a spate of typical computer undecidedness when it comes to settling. Could you imagine how good the AI would be if the computer... Oh, hang on. Whoa. Spain and Norway declared war on China. Spain and Norway. Okay, right. A bit of nothing. Like, imagine a computer, right, that could settle without having to and ah, sending people backwards and forwards. They just did it. Imagine how effective they would be. So the one certain fact about this map is that naval supremacy is pretty much the most important thing. People neglect it sometimes on this map, but if you can get a hugely powerful navy and then surround at least 2 or 3 of these oceans, then pretty much the game is yours. You can attack units, and especially coming up to the middle of the map, there's very few tiles that can't be targeted by naval units. You can also go after cities that are put on the coast, which inevitably will be put on the coast because of the sort of lack of space, especially like for the computer. I mean, check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Norwegian cities all on the coast. If you built up a 7-8 frigate army and then deployed it well, maybe from Spain, you could just literally circle around, take all of those, and then maybe wipe out the city-states as well, depending on how you're doing. This is an interesting one as well. So in some games we see Alexander just taken out, others we see them forward settled. This time Norway and Amsterdam are both settling on Alexander's plinth here, which is a really interesting move. And the Netherlands settler, they decided not to settle up here, which is fair enough. Alexander went and did that, but we've still got another settler coming down here. So 5 cities for the Netherlands so far, 6 for China, we've got 5 for Edinburgh, or for Scotland, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 for Spain. They have settled 1 of the intermediary cities, which is fairly interesting. 6 for Norway. No, I lie. 7 for Norway. But they really are jam-packed. Now, this is something I do like to see, though. Loads of Viking longships. I really hope we get a really aggressive Norway here, because if Norway go after all of these city-states, they will become like a hugely powerful naval island nation, and they'll be able to attack most of the other cities on the map, actually. I mean, there is a huge sway of cities that are either 1 tile in or adjacent to the coast on this map. It's a navy would really get you quite far. Let's check in with the old mountain start, shall we? So you can see 1, 2, 3 holy sites on this mountain adjacency tiles for the Netherlands. They're very faithy. I don't like to see that. You're not going to get very far. 1, 2 holy sites and a campus. Well, at least 1 campus for China. They've gone for the warrior monks, but the computer doesn't do anything with warrior monks. They just sit there. Real shame, that one. I've never seen them actually deployed. Scotland. Is that a holy site being built? Yeah, that is a holy site. So 1, 2, 3 holy sites. Ugh, that's a shame. Never mind. Spain, 1, 2 holy sites, and they've just neglected that side of the mountain completely. And then Norway. Norway have built hanging gardens in the adjacency, and then 1 campus. I mean, I guess that's one way of doing it. Oh, Norway have grabbed this spot though. And, I didn't spot that. So Norway, this city was far enough away that they've lost it. Oh, that's a Norway. You were just a little bit too ambitious there. I wonder if they've got caravels now actually. That's powerful. Maybe they can win the city back before they lose this one. 67 turns. Now the two should be able to help each other. Now where is this settler going for the Netherlands? I really would have expected to settle maybe down here? Is that where they're going? You're not going to hold on to that. Oh, weird from the Netherlands, yes. Sometimes it feels like all the computer does is build wonders. I mean, China is supposed to build wonders. I do appreciate that, but my god, they've built a lot. So just looking at Chinese lands here, you can see the Colosseum, you can see, what's this one, the Casta de Contredon, whatever, the Apanda, this one is the Kutukin, it's a nice one, that I quite like it. You get the warrior monks with that one. Temple of Artemis, that one. Yep, pyramids. Quite a few actually. China are really building a lot. And then what's this one? Hagia Sophia under construction in the middle of the map. That's an interesting one, that one. What about the Netherlands? Anything going for the Netherlands? Doesn't look like too much, to be honest. What's this? Oh, they've built a polder in the lake. Oh, that's really cute. That's fun though. That's fun to see. So they are building polders. Look, actually, that's cool. Yeah, polders everywhere. Awesome. I mean, they've unfortunately building harbours in a lot of the spaces that the polders would go, but I mean, I like the ambition nonetheless. I think Norway won the city back, and then they lost it again, which was a bit of a shame. They don't seem to be able to hang on to it. They just need to get rid of a couple of these city-states, and they'd be all over that one. It would be easy win for them. What about Norway in terms of wonders? I don't think Norway don't tend to go for too many. Really? What's this one? That's for Chichen Itza, chicken pizza. Hanging gardens we know about, we've spoken about that one before. And what's this? The Terracotta Army as well. Very exciting. What's this one being built? Angkor Wat. Oh, that's quite cool. I love the building animations on them. They're really awesome. Spain, you've got at least a couple. So that is, what's this one? What's this one? That Kilwa Kishiwani. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Angkor with chicken pizza as well is being built everywhere. Everyone wants that one. That's crazy. It's a well sought out one. This one is for Jebel Barkal. I recognise that's for Petra, definitely. That looks like Hagia Sophia as well. So Spain have got, Scotland have got a lot. Mausoleum at Harikunan Nessus. Oh god. I should really become a history teacher. With my pronunciation, the world would become a wiser place. Oh look! Norway won it back. Hooray! Hey Netherlands, where are all these swordsmen going, eh? That's a lot of swordsmen. Also, what are these? De Sven Provinciën. That's their cool ship. I quite like those actually. Cool, sleek looking thing. Spain also got its 5th city. I should have mentioned that probably, but I mean, it's about all Spain's done this game so far. Norway's on 8 now with that settle as well, so I think they're probably the most settled, yeah. Netherlands are only on 6 and China's still on 6 as well, so Norway out in front so far. The 9th city for Norway as well. Look at that, the settling is just on point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tromisio. Very good, very good. Actually, we should keep an eye on loyalty. I think most of the cities in the middle seem to be fairly safe. Valencia's pretty good, Rotterdam's really good, and what's this city? Shenyang is all pretty good. Okay, so loyalty's not a problem for them just yet. It's really going to be these outskirts of Norwegian cities that are going to be the problem. And look at this army. That is crazy. Upgrading to musketmen as well. If these musketmen land or get upgraded and then head towards Alexander, you could win all those cities. Norway. Amsterdam. Oh, whatever. Norway, Amsterdam. I don't care who does it. Someone kill Alexander. I don't know how China always do it, but they do. 20 population in that city so far. I don't think there's anyone else near them. 16 is the highest that the Netherlands have got. Somehow Norway have 14, even though their cities are so tightly compacted. I'm not entirely sure how that one works. What have we got here? Come on, Spain, you've hidden your stuff under bloody troop thing. 17. 17 for Madrid, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. 15 for Scotland. So, yeah, China just way out in front with 20 population. And that's a desert city, this one. How have you done that? That's incredible. At some point, Spain settled this 6th city and it's already at 10 population. Oh no, they didn't. They settled Bilbao, because we've had this problem about this city before, haven't we? Okay, Spain finally on 6 cities, so slowly but surely. And also they've got the conquistadors. These guys are tough. If they can get them onto start taking over cities with them, they can get some really good bonuses. Looks like all these trade routes between China and Scotland. It looks like we've got a bit of alliance stuff going on here. This game really does, though, feel like it's hanging on a knife edge. We're getting fairly... Look, turn 100. Turn 100 now, and we've yet to have a major war between two powers. Like, that's crazy. City-states are still, like, happy and going about. There are bombards absolutely everywhere. I mean, Scotland has at least sort of 2 off the coast here. Nobody's fighting, though. Like, come on, do something, guys. Netherlands, you've had an armada here for like the last 20 goes now. Do something with it. So who's looking best at this point? It's something that's always worth having a look at. The way you can genuinely find out in terms of tech is the strength, the garrison strength of the capital city. So 86 for China, and compare that to 85 for Amsterdam. The troops are generally pretty similar. You know that's true. 61 for the settler AI over there. Norway only 70 something, so it doesn't look like the troops that Norway have got are quite as up to date, but they're still pretty on point. Spain 70 something as well, and Scotland 70 something as well. So it looks like from a tech point of view, it could be the Netherlands and China in the lead, although that's a sort of a bit of a simplified way of doing things. The way you can find out is like, yeah, look, here we go. So Netherlands have infantry corps, and I'd expect somewhere in China for them to have something very similar, although I only see musketmen's, admittedly. Maybe it's something else. Sometimes there's other like melee ships or something that give them the upgrade, so I'm not entirely sure about that. Scotland, looks like they've only got musketmen at this precise moment, but we shall see. Spain as well, with conquistadors, and they will probably keep those for a little while because they are the special unit for them, and computers tend to hang on to those for a significant amount of time. Norway, again, only muskets, but they do have a lot of frigates around. I just wish they'd use them. I mean, I know these guys are all of benefit to you, but some of them won't be your suzerain. And if as long as... Oh, hang on. Oh, the Netherlands, you've finally declared war on Macedon. Oh, Alexander. That's a shame. Unfortunately for them, they're bringing infantry corps, which is going to just slam into Alexander's cities and make a big mess, unfortunately. Even though the Netherlands don't have any siege equipment whatsoever, I think they'll probably get away with it. Oh, this is interesting as well. Norway and Spain beginning to have loyalty problems. Valencia, rebellion in 22 turns. These cities for Norway, 150 and 13 turns. So Dark Ages, potentially, or maybe Heroic Ages for people around them. It's difficult to say, but if Norway want to keep onto this city, they've really got to up the population in sort of these local cities. This one here, Skidsmo and Oslo. Really, if they can get the population of those two cities up and running, then, you know, it'll sort of give them a lot more strength. Also, Burundi, if they took this city-state, that would help them immensely. Oh wow. Okay, fair enough. These Netherlands boats, they do significant damage against the walls of a city. Oh wow, if Netherlands can get those employed against other people, they'd do really well. I mean, 2 of them almost took the wall off that city in one go. Like, that's pretty cool. Unfortunately for the Netherlands, it looks like they're going to do the thing where they kill a city and then don't bring any melee units in. But it's fine because the melee units are getting killed on the other side of the continent, so, you know, all's well. All's well, really. Oh, China have declared war on Macedon as well. China, I feel like you are the other side of the map here, but you do have anti-tank crews. I mean, that would have been useful, but again, you would have really needed to send your troops across the sea, which it looks like they're doing, to be fair, but it's a long way to go. Oh wow, turns out those boats are quite long range as well, so they've surrounded Pella at the same time. Wow, are they frigate upgrades? I thought they were caravel or privateer upgrades, but it might be frigate upgrades actually. Now that I think about it. Well, if that navy kept coming round, there's a lot of coastal cities around here the Netherlands could have a go at.